Alright, so final boss Hawk is dropping today on Global, and we'll talk about, how to get the points and how to fast farm, because this boss is a joke. There's no hell even. It's just normal, hard, and extreme. There's no hell difficulty. They could have at least put hell. But this is the anniversary final boss. I was really hoping it was going to be the Saro that was leaked, maybe a Lucial, something like really cool, but Hawk it is. And essentially the high points, you're only really going for the top 30%. So it's very manageable. That's the top. Like, you cannot get anything better than top 30%. So the idea here will be a high stat team. And that's what the top team is here. So you see also as well this variation, because there's a mission to use a fairy. But a top of stats team will be what you're going for. And the Archangels are essentially the best thing you can use, because they're all buffing each other, right? You have Tarmiel's passive buffing, you have Sauriel's passive buffing, you have Sauriel's relic buffing himself as well, and then you have Margaret passive also buffing everyone. Then you have Twigo buffing the HP from both Sauriel and Tarmiel. So at the end, you have like a very high HP, and you get a decent amount of points. So that's essentially the idea for the high point strategy. If you don't have like Tarmiel, and you don't have these exact units to run, just run a team that does that, essentially. Buffs your characters and buff stats. Even the new Liz would probably be decent, because she does buff by like 24%. The only issue you'd probably find with Liz is that you probably kill them too fast. So this stage is interesting because it's insanely easy. And it's not even like, okay, there is some depth to it. No. It's like, the stage is so incredibly easy, it's hard to keep them alive to get points. You see, I did a level 1 AoE, and I almost killed them. So in the first phase, you essentially only do AoE damage. And in the second phase, you only do single target damage, and that's the gimmick for this. So you see, we got attacked a few times here by the Hawks, and that made so we did get, of course, just active passive, blue carding as much as possible, so that we get Sauriel. So that we get stats for Margaret. And I do the AoEs for Sauriel here first to trigger his Holy Relic. But that's it. You're just going for high stats. And you don't really need much. So let's do this. Again, we're trying to use as many blue cards as possible. I'm going to AoE with Sauriel twice here, because the AoEs don't do damage on phase 2. Phase 2, you can only do single target damage. And that's the gimmick. Phase 1 you do AoE damage, phase 2 you do single target damage. And so Margaret didn't take any damage from Hawk, so she didn't get buff sealed, so we can use the buff cards here to again get stats from her passive. And then next turn, we're gonna ult with Sauriel for damage. But yeah, that's essentially it. You're just going for high stats. I mean, do I wish the Super Boss for Anniversary was more exciting? Yes. Let me see if I can crit. I probably won't, but it's fine. Yeah. Oh, I killed him by accident! No! I actually didn't think that was gonna... See, like, I didn't think that was gonna kill. My stats were just so high. That's unfortunate. I'm not... Okay, I still got like 4... I could have got like maybe 4.6k if I had ulted with Sauriel. Because then I would have also got the damage from... I'm sorry, the points from doing damage. This is actually the first time I actually went for getting points, by the way. My top score there, the 1 point something, was just me just doing it on auto with this team. But yeah, so that's the point team, and it's kind of fast still, right? That was decently fast, but this is my fast farmer, and this is essentially what I'm going to be running on global as well. Only difference is that I don't have Kusak on global, but this is my fast farming team, right? And you know, you only need to do the stage like 4 or 5 times a day to get like the max stuff. Do I have the Pierce on? I do. So blue Lilia with Pierce. You put Pierce food as well, so you just one-shots. I actually put attack food, but it's fine. Blue Lilia with Pierce rolls, and then Trader Meliodas, or Blue DM Meliodas, honestly. You can just Blue DM Meliodas. You're using him for the AoE. And then a single target DPS blue because the boss is red. I use Kusok because you barely can crit the boss. So I found that the 1 was not cutting for damage compared to Kusok, because Kusok has cleave, right? So he doesn't have to crit. But essentially, you could probably use King as well. But with Meli here, with the Pierce buff, he just straight up one-shots the first phase. So it's incredibly fast. And you want to get those points kind of fast. I mean, you don't really need to, but you want to get those points because the rewards for this boss are not actually terrible. So let's use these. One-shots. It's... Anniversary final boss, by the way. Highest difficulty. And then... that was half his HP. It's over. So that took 2 moves, essentially. It's insane. It's insanely... you don't get as many points, obviously, right? But honestly, 2.5 is probably top 30%. So... I don't know, man. The shop is pretty decent, I think. You get, like, this card, which is cool, has decent stats. 2 SSR tickets, 10 SSR pendants, or 6, sorry, I wish it was 10. 6 SSR pendants, I don't recall how many, yes, I already bought everything, right? Don't really recall how many SA coins you get, but it's decent amount. 10 UR stones, 10 hammers, some raid mats. You get these outfits here. This is for Sigurd, and this is, of course, for Ascanor. But the main prize for this final boss is obviously here, right? The free UR Brynhilder skin is probably the main thing you're looking for here, and you can just easily get in like 3 minutes of playing the boss because you only need 10,000 points, right? And as you could see from my very quick run, let me actually put attack food because then the second phase, I have 600 attack food for the raid, right? Then the second phase looks even easier. And I'll probably still just one-shot the first phase. Yeah, there's no effort. You just do the boss in 1 second and that's it. And again, 2.5 might even be top 30%. I don't know how many points... oh, that did not kill actually. With the Pierce food it does one shot. Interesting, okay. I don't know how many points I'm going to score in my free-to-play global, right, that I just started, but I cannot see myself not scoring top 30%. It's just so insanely easy, and that's what they're going for, right? What they're going for is its anniversary, and there's clearly going to be like a lot of new players, and they want those new players to be able to do everything in the game that's new, right? That's their goal, and I understand that, right? That's, you know, that's not a bad idea. But, man, they could have made, like, hell for this or something, right? I don't know. Maybe you unlock, like, a hell difficulty if you've already done the story, so new players wouldn't feel like they're out of doing it. I don't know. Anyways, that's it.